We have a bad Fed chairman, really bad. If he would lower the rates, and I tried being nice to the guy, it doesn't help. He's like a knucklehead. No, he's a knucklehead. A stupid guy. If Jerome Powell stepped down, it would be a great thing.
Oh, in 2020, let's not forget the median monthly new car loan was $570. Today, it's $745. Now, same for mortgages. In 2021, the median cost was $1,525 per month. Today, it's around $2,205. So Trump says Powell's refusal to slash rates is exploding the federal budget as well by $400 billion a year. So hitting families, hitting the U.S. government. Here to weigh in is the first official that I know of to call for Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, to step aside is Bill Pulte, U.S. Federal Housing Director. Director Pulte, come on, how bad is this really hurting everyday Americans?
It's bad, and it's getting worse. It's not only hurting people, but I actually think, and I'm here, I'll make a prediction, Laura, I think that this building fiasco that Jay Powell has grossly mismanaged will be the end of his career. That's my view.
Explain it. Explain it to the viewers.
I think he basically spent $2.5 billion on renovating a building. I mean, how does one do that? You know, I've spent my whole life in construction. President Trump has done construction his whole life. Jay Powell knows nothing about construction. So what was going on with $2.5 billion? Who got this money? Where did it go? There needs to be a full-blown audit of this building. And I think they put out an FAQ page today, Laura. It smells bad. It smells very bad. I think, this is my opinion, I think there's fraud, and I think you're going to see a lot more come out in the weeks and days to come.
Do you think Jerome Powell himself directed certain contracts or gave a wink about certain contracts? Because the price of renovating the Federal Reserve building is so high?
I don't know, but he's so pompous. He's so arrogant. You have one of the most popular, if not, I believe, the most popular president in history. This gentleman, President Trump, just won a landslide victory, and the president doesn't want him there. And he's just so pompous, so arrogant. It's time for Powell to go. He's too late with his resignation, okay, and he's going to be too late resigning. But I think, as I said, I think this building will be the end of his career. I don't mean that in a mean way, but you know what? We have to get on with the American business. We have to get on with the American economy. As you know, I oversee Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Americans are hurting because of what happened the last 4 years with Biden. We need something new. Powell's got to go, and I'm hearing, you know, from a lot of people that he's thinking about leaving. So let's hope to God he does it and does it soon.
Well, there's a betting pool going on, but he said he's not leaving. Many times he said, I'm not leaving. And at one point you thought, well, if he was even fired, which, you know, I think the president has the authority to fire him. Others disagree. But if he was fired, yeah,
and I believe he's violated the National Capital Planning Act, which, you know, gives him for cause. This is just my view. So I think he's got all the legal rights in the world. That'll all be up to the president and his lawyers. But we'll see what happens. This building gets worse by the day, Laura.
Well, Kevin Hassett is the director of the National Economic Council. Discuss this situation with the Federal Reserve. Watch.
The Fed has a lot to answer for. And the bottom line is that there's a key statutory problem. It never envisioned by the people that voted for the construction of the Fed that we currently see that the Fed could print money and toss it around willy-nilly because they had to have the gold to do what they're doing. And they're unbounded right now.
Yeah, Bill, this has always been the problem with the Federal Reserve. Their unchecked power with enormous influence and effect on the American people without, it seems like, any accountability other than a 10-year term.
Correct. And let me give you an example of what I believe is fraud by Jerome Powell. I believe Jerome Powell is committing fraud right now at the Fed with this building. Let me give you a real-time example, okay? We saw on his FAQ page that he released today that there are no, quote, VIP dining rooms, that there's no dining rooms, new dining rooms or renovated dining rooms or something along those lines. But instead they called them rooms for mealtime meetings. So they're saying that there's no dining rooms, but that there's rooms for mealtime meetings, and those ones are being renovated. This is the level, I believe, that there's deceit and fraud. We found it at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. I believe it's there at the Fed, and I believe that, as I said, this building will be the end of Jerome Powell's career.
Well, Bill, we'll be watching. Thank you very much for the insight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.